Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today, Amazon gets FCC approval to start mass testing of its new home internet and business internet service. The ESPN, Fox, and Warner Bros. Discovery streaming service that'll give you access to the 16 live sports channels and now the other fluff you may not want will likely cost over $40 according to Fox. We'll tell you what was announced and what we know there. And Warner Bros. Discovery is going to start cracking down on password sharing. Netflix started this. They had a lot of success getting people to switch from sharing accounts to subscribing to their own. Disney is following suit, and now Warner Bros. Discovery will reportedly do the same. These stories and a whole lot more coming up here in a quick minute. If you're new here, do me a big favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. So YouTube recommends our videos to more people, helping us grow, hopefully helping you break free from the high cost of TV, but still watch what you enjoy. All right, let's start off with Amazon. Now, you know I'm a big fan of competition. Studies have shown that when there is competition, statistically, prices come down, and things like data caps on the internet go away. Now Amazon wants to launch a satellite internet service very similar to Starlink's from SpaceX, which is great. It's a great option. I always hear from people, well, I live in a nice city, I got fiber, I got cable, why would I want this? Well, maybe you don't. There's a lot of people who are either nomadic, living in RVs, live in more rural areas. It was not that long ago, about 10 years ago, I lived in Missouri, by Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, in the middle of the Mark Twain National Forest. The fastest internet I could get was 16 down through cable or 8 down through DSL. Let me tell you right now, it was not a pleasant experience to watch that or to stream Netflix and stuff on 8 down when anybody else was trying to do anything in the house. That was just 10 years ago. It's better there, but there's still many parts of rural America like there that internet speeds are still significantly slower than many other parts. And that's where satellite comes in. Amazon is promising up to a gigabit of speed with its Pro account. Standard will give you 400 down, and its portable small dish will give you 100 down. When I lived in Missouri about 10 years ago, I would have just died for that speed. I would have paid whatever they wanted for that speed. Well, now people like myself who were there for work, my wife was active duty in the military at the time. It's also when I launched Cord Cutters News there in Missouri. Well, now it is now available, or it's going to start testing. The FCC has approved up to 1,000 dishes for Amazon to start testing across the country their new high-speed internet service. This comes as they successfully did limited testing last year, putting 2 satellites into space and just a few fixed sites for Amazon to test it. Now they're going to start testing the physical receiver dishes as they start mass producing and start launching these satellites into space. Amazon says later this year they plan to do a small closed beta test of its service with some commercial customers, and then next year start launching it publicly in select areas. Probably very much like Starlink did. Start off in a few small markets, grow and grow and grow to more and more areas as more and more satellites go live. When it will come to your area and when it will start is unknown. We also don't know the price, though Amazon's made it very clear that they wanted to make it very affordable compared to the competition. Their kits are already reportedly going to be cheaper than Amazon, or excuse me, than SpaceX. Amazon's kits will be cheaper, but the monthly service bill is also expected to be cheaper. So expected to be sub $100. I know again, I'm going to hear from people, well, I can get fiber or whatever for $50. That may be great for you, but not everybody can do that. So we'll keep a very close eye on this, but Amazon is one step closer to offering home internet. Would you become an Amazon internet customer? Leave me a question. Let me know if the price was right and the service was right. Let me know. All right. Last month we learned ESPN, Fox, and Warner Bros. Discovery, their parent companies are ESPN and Disney, all teamed up to launch this fall a sports-centric streaming service with access to 16 channels, including ESPN channels, FS1, FS2, BTN, TNT, TBS, TrueTV, ESPN+, ABC, Fox, and others with this. Now, there's been a lot of speculation about the price, everywhere from $30 to $50 here. Now, speaking at a recent conference, Fox's CEO says he expects the service to cost in the upper range of the estimates. That'll put it in the $40 to $50 range. I've said this for a while. I expect the price to be somewhere around $40, give or take a little bit. I would be very surprised if it comes in at $50, and I think that would severely hamper the service, though it could happen. It's right now just guessing, and these companies could do whatever they want. My thing here, though, is if it hits $50, that puts you roughly $20-some away from things like YouTube TV, where if at that price, if I just pay $20-some more a month, I get significantly more channels, including more sports channels. I would get all my locals, not just Fox and NBC. I'll get the Golf Channel and other sports-related channels, plus non-sports related channels like Disney, CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, FX, and other popular channels like Cartoon Network and Comedy Central that are currently not included in this sports bundle. I really think $40 is going to be the sweet spot, because at $40 I can go get 2 cheap subscriptions to Paramount Plus and Peacock, and then use that to watch some of the other sports that are not included in this. For example, NBC and CBS related sporting events. If that can come in around $50 or so, I think there's a lot of people here who would jump on this, because maybe they don't care about the Golf Channel, for example, and they probably definitely don't care about CNN and Cartoon Network and Comedy Central. They just want their sports, and if they can save $20 and get most of what they want, that's great. But if it comes in at $50 and you have to go spend another $10+ to get the others, now you're within $10 of YouTube TV, Fubo, and others, $10-20 ish. And I think people would say, wow, for the extra $10 to $20, I get so much more content, sports and channel-wise at least. I'm going to go with YouTube TV, Hulu Plus TV, Fubo, and others. We'll have to keep a very close eye on this. I still think, like I said earlier, $40 is probably reasonable. $35 to $45 was my original window I estimated this at. Maybe it's closer to $45. Wouldn't surprise me if it comes in $50. But I do think that'd be a major mistake on the studio's parts to do that. We'll keep a very close eye on it. Let me know, what price point would you pay? $40 and under? $40 to $50? What would you pay? What would you not pay? All right. If you subscribe to Max or Warner Brothers Discovery's other streaming services, you may start having to get your own if you're sharing it with other people. Warner Brothers Discovery, according to a report from Bloomberg, is going to start cracking down later this year on password sharing. Probably a lot like Disney from the wording of it. It would start this year and roll through next year. Disney is slowly going to also implement this, starting with warnings and slight pushback, to later in 2025, much harsher, cutting people off if they're sharing their accounts with people who do not live with them. Many streaming services allow you to share your account with people who live with you. Some people have abused that to share it with anyone out there, and that has resulted in some services saying, hey, we need to crack down on this because it's costing us a lot of money, because somebody's sharing it with 3 different family members who live all over the country, and we're losing 2 or 3 different subscriptions we would have had. Now, Warner Bros. Discovery is also going to crack down on it. Netflix did this, and people predicted doom. And what Netflix actually reported was they saw the number of subscribers increase with that. Anybody who didn't use it, they just thought, hey, well, they're not even using it. The core original payer continued to use it. They continued to get the same amount of money. But a significant number of people who were sharing accounts got cut off, ended up subscribing for their own service. Now, it seems that Warner Bros. Discovery is also hoping to do this as they struggle to become profitable. They reportedly hope to be profitable this year or next year. They had a pretty good run at it. They became a whole lot more, or let me rephrase it. They lost a whole lot less money last year than they did the year before. Let me know what you think. We'll keep a close eye on it. All right, CNN is shutting down its iconic Atlanta headquarters called CNN Center. Now, it's all a lot of comments about this. Well, so what? They just moved to a different building down the street. Well, the CNN Center was a huge, iconic landmark in news television for 35 years, broadcasting there. To cut costs, the building was sold and originally rented from the new owners, and now they've completed the move this week to its new headquarters back at the original stomping grounds, the Turner Building, just down the road in a different part of Atlanta. This will significantly lower cost. They're basically consolidating two massive buildings into one massive building. Just on the maintenance alone, they're probably going to save a ton of money and property taxes and other things. It also allows them to cut back on a lot, maybe smaller jobs that were redundant at both buildings. This is a lot of people just are like, whatever, it's moving back. I hear you guys saying that, and ladies or whoever. But let me say this. It is a sign of the times. And CNN was once so profitable, such a money maker, that it had this massive building to itself to do whatever it wanted. because of the growth of cord cutting, because of the rise of other news sources, they've eaten into that. And as these companies are now losing money, they're looking to save money. Keep a close eye on this. I wouldn't be surprised if other news outlets continue to cut costs like this, just because it isn't what it once was. And with the ad market being soft and not earning as much from ads as you used to, it will definitely negatively impact that in the future. All right, a few more news stories to go through quickly. Sling TV's rewards program, by the way, link in the show notes if you want to learn more about this, is launching a second round of prizes, giving away $25,000 in prizes to customers who can earn entry just by watching television through Sling TV. If you're a Sling TV customer, you can enter the second round and earn points every day for a chance to enter this, up to 70 entries per day, for a chance to walk away with $10,000. 20 people will walk away with $500, one grand prize of $10,000. 20 people will walk away with $500, and a bunch of other people will receive a free month of Sling TV. And if you want to learn how to enter this, check out the show notes down below if you're a Sling TV customer with that. Speaking of networks struggling, the Pac-12 network isn't dead yet. Many people expected it to shut down this summer when most of the Pac-12 network broke up, or Pac-12 conference broke up. Well, the Pac-12 network has announced it's going to continue studio operations for its two remaining schools, Oregon State and Washington State, after the other schools leave this summer. But they say only for the upcoming 2024-2025 season. Beyond that, we don't know. It's very possible that they'll shut down after that. Many people expect them to shut down this summer. They've already laid off a good number of employees. And it's unknown what this means for some TV rights for conferences. Will, for example, the schools start producing their own? Or will the Pac-12 network no longer offer live sports? We'll have to keep a close eye on this, but keep an eye on the Pac-12 network. It's probably not long for this world, no matter what happens. Maybe it lives another year or two. Maybe it doesn't. We'll see. All right, let's dive into the question of the day. If you have a question for me, leave it in the comments or in the first pin or down below. Reply to comment there, starting off with something like a question for Luke, so I know it's something you want me to answer here. Today's question asks, I've noticed a huge shift, particularly with TCL, that Roku is no longer supported and being replaced with Google TV. Why are TV manufacturers doing this? Well, I think that's kind of complicated. TCL is still making Roku televisions, but you are right. Their higher-end TVs are now Google TVs primarily, and some Fire TVs out there too being manufactured, but Google TV seems to be their main one. I think you cannot ignore the fact that Roku is now manufacturing their own televisions, competing directly with TCL, and I'm sure that didn't go over well. But also, when TCL and Roku started doing this, I suspect they had some type of original contract that prevented TCL from making TVs in other markets. TCL, or in the United States. TCL is always made for markets around the world, Google TVs and others, but in the United States for a while they were only selling Roku TVs. Now we're seeing that all those Google TVs from international coming in the United States. For a while, TCL was the Roku flagship brand. It was the main brand you saw them demo and talk about, and the most prominent one you saw at Roku events. Well, I think now that contract's over and the exclusivity is done, they're flooding the markets with all these TVs they've made for other parts of the world into the United States. But again, don't underestimate the fact that Roku's making their own. And because of that, other people are still making Roku TVs, but the Roku high-end ones, including the new Pro line, which is some very powerful TVs that's coming out later this year, is kind of eating into what some of the competitors did before. I noticed like when you go to Amazon, you click a Roku page and you click on TVs, it gives you the Roku TVs and then all other brands are like another tab there. So don't let that be disappointed. TCL has always done Google TVs and other products. They're just making a bigger focus here in the United States now. Let me know what you think. If you have a question for me, leave a comment. Start off with a question for Luke or something like that. Until next time, take care, be safe. I'll be back again real soon.